What's up, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls? Your boy, What If Deku here. Today I'm doing What If Deku was the half saiyan. As I gotta quickly do this, what if I'm outside? If you hear birds chirping, I'm sorry, because it's too noisy in the house. As Alright, so we start this off with Hisashi telling Inko about Deku, as he says Deku will become really strong in the future. But he will have a quirk. His tail, actually, is technically the main source of his power. Just don't let him look at the moon, Inko, or we'll just be in really bad trouble. As Inko is a really skilled martial artist. As Inko nods. As Deku goes... So we go to a time skip as Deku is 8 years old, as Deku was actually one of the best fighters in the school. If you guys are wondering what Deku quirk is, he doesn't have one. Hisashi just lied to Inko, making it think like Deku tail is gonna be a quirk. But little does Inko know, Deku's a Saiyan. As Deku was sitting down at the lunch table, as he sighs, as Bakugo walks up, as Bakugo says, "So, I hear that you're the top dog in the school," as Deku and Bakugo never met in their life. As Deku says, "Who are you?" As Bakugo says, "My name is Bakugo Katsuki, and I'm here to prove everyone here that I'm the true top dog." As Deku says, "Yeah, leave me alone, you arrogant bastard." As Bakugo says, as he growls at Deku, as he says, "Show me what you got, if I'm so arrogant and I'm a bastard." As Deku says, gets up, as Deku says, "Meet me outside." As Bakugo sees Deku tail, as he says, "How is he gonna bash like him be this strong? He only got a tail quirk." As Deku and Bakugo go outside, as Bakugo get in his stance where he's about to launch a giant explosion and fly towards Deku, while Deku is in a stance like a karate stance, like that one stance that he does that stance what Broly tried mimicking from Goku. As Deku says, "Come on, Katsuki Bakugo." As Bakugo grins as he shoots an explosion, boosting his speed as he's running fast, as he's keep on shooting some explosions. But he knows if he do too much, his bones will start to hurt. As when he blew, as he jumped up in the air, going for a back kick towards Deku's face, as Deku catches it, saying, "Is that all?" Bakugo, using the explosion, boosted his foot down harder as he realized Deku got a strong ass grip. As Deku tosses Bakugo away, as Bakugo uses an explosion to prevent him from hitting the ground. Bakugo rushes towards Deku, looking dead into Bakugo's eyes. As this a look, as Bakugo gets a grin. As he went for a punch, when Deku moved his head, Bakugo says, "Hope this works." As he shot an explosion, would bring his elbow back, catching Deku off guard as it hits Deku in the face. But throughout that entire fight, just for reasoning, Deku lost. Because Bakugo actually used this quirk somewhat wisely, so that cost him into the win. As Deku's on the ground, as he just wipes his nose from blood, as he looks up at Bakugo. As Bakugo says, "Top dog, huh?" As Bakugo lip and nose are busted. As Deku says, "Shut up, you didn't even lay a single hit on me that entire fight." As Bakugo starts being arrogant as usual. And then why Deku looks down in defeat Well, no, not the feet. As he looks down, as he grins, because now he just made a rival with Bakugo Katsuki. As a girl walks up with pink hair and her skin is pink. As Deku feels a hand on his shoulder as he looks, seeing, I can't say her name. As Deku looks at her saying, "Who are you?" As she says, "I'm here to help you." As Deku grabs her hand as she pulls him up. As she starts a brief conversation with Deku until Deku asks her, "Hey, what is your name?" As she says her name is Mina. I forgot Mina's last name. As Deku says, "Mina, huh? Never heard of that name." And she says she's new here. Kind of like how Bakugo is. Listen, let me guess. Sister Bakugo. As she says, "Goodness, no." As Deku says, "Then what are you to Bakugo?" As she says, "Nothing. I don't know that kid. But he always shouts a lot." As Deku says, "Yeah, he nearly gave me a headache earlier." As her and Deku laugh. As we're going to do a time skip. 1 year later, we're going to do a time skip when Deku is 12. I really don't know that much about My Hero Academia, but I don't know much about I'm just coming up with some crap anyway. As Deku bumps into a boy, like Deku was 12, as Deku bumps into a boy with red hair, as Deku says, "Who are you?" As Mina is not with Deku, as he says, "My name is Kirishima." As Deku says, "Kirishima, huh? Are you strong?" As Kirishima says, "Of course I'm strong. My quirk is hardening." As Deku says, "Let me guess. You always," as Kirishima beats him to it, "tank attacks." As I said, "Well, wanna spar?" As Kirishima says, "Yeah, sure, why not? How bad could it be?" As Deku says, "Not that bad." As Deku rushes at Kirishima, as Kirishima rushes at Deku, as they both slam fists with each other. Deku moves his arm as Kirishima sees and Deku moves his arm as Kirishima got elbowed in the face. Kirishima not taking any more risks as he activates his hardening quirk. Deku says, "You can't harden one limb yet? I really thought you had better control. I just harness more of my skill." As Kirishima says, "Oh, really now? That's not much to underestimate your opponents." As Deku says, "I'm not underestimating you. I'm merely just toying with you." As Kirishima says, "But the fight just started." As Deku says, "But I can end it anytime I want." As Deku went to punch Kirishima, as Kirishima blocks, as Kirishima feels him out of force, she says, "What the hell?" As Deku kicks Kirishima in the chin, as Kirishima's head goes up. As Kirishima says, "Damn, he's strong." As Deku says, "Here we go." As Deku punches, when I say punch, as he punches Kirishima in a stomach, as Kirishima slams onto the ground. As Kirishima looks up at Deku, as Deku says, "Not even trying to lay a single hit. I told you not to tank attacks. That's just your downfall. What if there's a quirk that you can't tank? Huh?" As Kirishima looks at Deku saying, "I can tank almost anything." As Deku look at Kirishima saying, "Oh really? Let's see how far you can get." As Deku helps Kirishima up. As Kirishima looks at Deku saying, "Yeah, we will see." As I do a time skip one day, the 10 month crap. I just want to do that so bad. the 10-month training trip thing. I'm pretty sure Deku was 15. Yeah, he was 15. As Deku, as we see Deku, as he's breathing heavily, as he looks at Mina, as Mina looks at Deku, as Deku is shirtless, as Mina says, "Alright, round 2." As Deku says, "Yeah," as they both rush at each other. Yo, I swear, if y'all thought something so wrong, I'll call you on 4K. As Deku and Deku and Mina rushes at each other. As Mina went for a punch, Deku bringing up his arm, blocking his. As he throws a punch at Mina, as she moves her head to the side, gut punching Deku. As Deku coughs a bit, saying, "Alright, let's see how good you can go." Oh yeah, Mina is just very good. It's like a long time good friend to Deku. As she uses her acid quirk, kind of to use it for her advantage. As when she shouted at Deku, Deku brings his arm up as he blocks it. As Deku says, already got used to that. As she realized that kind of temperature won't work no more. As when she was about to use another one, Deku appeared, about to punch her in the stomach as she managed to move, spinning around, using her perfect gymnastic skills, using her elbow, slamming it on Deku's spine. As Deku grunts as he punches her in the side of the stomach as she went rolling to the side. As Deku says, "Alright, let's go." As he said, "Alright, come on, you can get up from that." Unless, as he rushes at her, she shot acid at Deku. As Deku points up, jumps back, pointing it in his hands. As a weird orb comes in his hand, as it blasts, destroying the acid as it went flying, as it slid into the ground, making somewhat of a big explosion. As Deku says, what was that?" As Mina says, you got a quirk?" As Deku says, "That's not a quirk." As she says, "Are you sure?" As Deku says, "Yeah, I'm team quirkless, you know. There's no evidence that I'll ever awaken a quirk." As she says, "Yeah, you're right." As Deku says, "Alright, where were we?" As he says, "How about I try this?" As he shoots another one. As Deku realizes, this is faster. As she dodges, goes like, it's not as fast as the speed of light yet. As she dodged it, getting a gut punch from Deku. As she places her hand on Deku's shoulder. As Deku eyes widen. As he jumps back, punching his arm in pain. As she says, "You got used to that temperature. Try a new one." As she put one of her fingers up. As Deku looks at her, saying, "I will not lose." As then they hear, "I am here." I don't know how to say that dude voice. As Deku looks at All Might, sees All Might, as he says, as like Mina fangirls why Deku he doesn't fanboy, but like it's still that Deku personality, so he does. As All Might gives them the autograph, and All Might sees like how much potential Deku got, as like he wants to talk to Deku in private. As he was asked about the giant explosion, as Deku said, "Oh, sorry, that was me. I just unlocked one of my quirks." As he glares at Mina, as she just freaking smiles. As he says, "A quirk, I see. May I see it firsthand?" As Deku says, "I'm kind of tired from using two. Pretty sure that's my maximum limit." As in All Might head, as he says, he probably will become a good candidate for One for All. As Deku says, All Might, as he snaps his hands. As All Might says, huh? Oh, yes, young man. You can become one of the most greatest heroes. And you too, young lady. As Deku eyes wide and saying, but I didn't. As he get the biggest smile, because, he didn't ask it. His number one hero just said he can. As Deku just so that's how the All Might encounter went. But I gotta leave this off right here since I'm getting interrupted.